So I'll jet up, I'll turn around, I'll start pointing my nose to the ground, jetting up, see that? 50, 60, right now I'm doing 60 miles an hour, and then I'll nose dive and hit the gas at 50 miles an hour, headed towards the ground, and then do these. Yep, it's not clickbait or anything. It's real. No pain, no gain, right? But this was stupid pain. Like this could have been avoided. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that, oh, I thought the drone was much stronger. It could have taken. The first video I watched before I purchased this drone was Joshua Bardwell's, and he pretty much said it. If he broke an arm, I knew it was only a matter of time before I broke an arm. But I didn't quite break one arm. I broke one, two, this one's broken right here. It's like peeling back, if you could see that. Three, this one's definitely hanging off. And four, this one's getting ready to hang off. Like, it's right there. There you go. So I broke all four arms. I wasn't hitting recording. I wasn't planning on making a video. I just wanted to relax and fly and get better at this thing. I'll walk you kind of through it, what happened, but obviously not with this. But I've got another one. But this is it. Strike two, it's over. I don't have a third. I'm kind of glad I broke four arms, because if I'm going to pay a heavy deductible like $259, well, I'm going to get my money's worth, right? Because you break one arm, four. Once you have to send this thing in, it's $259. That doesn't include the $200 that you pay for the insurance when you first purchase this drone. So take that into consideration. I'm grateful to DJI because I know that if it weren't for this thing here, I would never learn to fly acro. I'll take you for a spin. I'm in the exact same location. I'll kind of fly and walk you through and show you exactly what happened. You ready? Let's do this. Hopefully I don't crash. PGY Tech sent me this. Got a nice little pouch, carrying pouch. Yeah, this is rugged, it's spongy, it's puffy, it's smaller. Perfect for this taking off and landing this little guy. So let's go put it outside. All right. Just gotta love that sound, right? Hope nobody crushes it. That bright blue thing, you better be able to see that. If you walk on that, then something's definitely wrong with you. All right, I've got my goggles on. This is the first flight. Of course, I have refresh on this new one. I did all the updates and everything last night. I now have it on record on takeoff, so anytime I fly from now, whether I want the footage or not, it's gonna record. I could always just dump it. Big shout out to PGY Tech, loving this blue mat here. It's gonna help me land easily too. All right, you are a reminder for me to take it easy. And double tap to start. There we go, and let's take off. All right, the home point has been updated, so it's pretty windy out there right now. So I was cruising at my natural altitude like this, 290, 280, which is nothing. I can do my flips of this. You know, I've got a lot of ground clearance. I could even point down to the ground, level out back, do whatever I want, right? I haven't done any stick adjustments or anything yet. I'm just still trying to get a hang of it. But what I found out is that I'm a very erratic flyer. I like these flips and these twists and everything. So I'll jet up, I'll turn around, I'll start pointing my nose to the ground, jetting up, see that? 50, 60, right now I'm doing 60 miles an hour, and then I'll nose dive and hit the gas at 50 miles an hour, headed towards the ground, and then do these spiral things. That's the way I like to fly. I like the whole acrobatics behind the whole thing, right? So let's just slow down and take things slow. Drop altitude, turn around. Let's take things a little slow. Let's come down to the ground. All right, see, but this thing drops. I mean, this thing drops, and if you point it down, it drops. So I found myself saying, you know what, I want to fly low. You know, I don't want to do this high flying stuff. So I finally came down. I finally came down to earth, and I was like, you know what? I could do this. I could do this. I could do this low flying thing. You know, I can handle this. And then I was cruising around. I was like, let me just cruise around here a little bit. You know, not high. I'm like 50 foot right now. For me, that's low, coming from 400 feet and then just flying at 50 feet. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go inside of this circle and just hang out and cruise and do my thing and cruise around. And over here was where I was hanging out. See this little patch here that we're approaching there? That's where I was hanging out. So yeah, everything was cool, everything was good. I was doing my thing, I was running around, I was hovering, I was, you know, getting the hang of this thing. And then I just decided to flip. I was like right here, and I just pulled a flip off. And all I knew is that what I should have done is this: jet up, kill the throttle, and then do the flip, and then have my space as usual, right? But I didn't. I just did the flip that low while thrusting it, and then all I heard was shebang, and not the good shebang, I mean the bad shebang, right? So my point is that because I'm so used to flying erratic, and I've been doing it battery after battery, naturally I think my fingers just got used to flying that way. And even though I was low and I was cruising low yesterday, it was a lot less windier, so I was able to cruise and I was a lot more confident. Coming off a crash, now I'm kind of like taking things easy. But you see, this is what happens to me as soon as the speed picks up and the gliding picks up, and I'm like, wow, look at me go, I can do this thing, right? Then I start flying low, and then I start getting carried away. And this is why I probably need one of those bang about FPVs, just because of my style. But if you just like to cruise like this, you know, or you could do 70, 80, you know, 80, 90 miles an hour, but you don't have to be this low, you know, and just cruise and enjoy this as a speed like sports cruiser drone. This is perfect because of the long range, the fail safes, the ability to fly in your car, which I'm doing right now. It's amazing. Like, you know, having the battery life fail safe, so I could be talking to you right now. I don't have to be glancing at my battery, monitoring voltage, nothing. Just focus on flying and learning this whole acro thing. You know, jet up, jet down. It's got the power. It's not underpowered or anything. Not that I'm not gonna do the flips and stuff low, but I'm probably not gonna do it with this drone. If it wasn't for DJI, I'd never be able to learn to do what I'm doing right now in just a few days. And I'm really, you know, I'm really happy that they built this quad. Yeah, it's not the strongest, but it's not strong at all, to be honest. But that's the trade-off that you get for technology, at least at this point in time. And oh, there goes the failsafe. All right, let's return. It's returning home. Yep, that's the other thing I like, guys. The failsafe that's in this drone that just lets it return back home whenever there's a problem. That kind of, you know, comfort from being sitting in your car. Just let's go see this thing return back home. And how accurate the return home landing is, we'll see. Perfect. One thing that's worth mentioning is the battery is fine. I thought, you know, the battery would be the first thing to go. Just got some mud between the thin creases, but the battery's fine. It charges, it turns on, and, you know, I guess in my opinion, the drone didn't really hit hard. Like when I crashed, I went over, I was like, okay, I probably broke a prop. I didn't expect to see that. I certainly didn't expect for the battery to be good. If I went to the simulator and did some low flying first, which I didn't. I did it for the high flying, and that's what I did when I first flew this. If you haven't seen my first flight, check it out there. But when it came to the low flying stuff, I should have gone back to the simulator, practice on a simulator, get used to the low flying, and then come out with this. But no, I went out, started flying low, felt like I could do this, like I could flip. So lesson learned. This is, you're gonna see a lot more cinematic videos coming from now on, because cinematic acro style flying, because that's what I think this is really primarily built for, and some nice high speed runs, and to have the fail safe on long distance flight FPV experience. This is beautiful. It's not like this is going to happen to you unless you try high risk maneuvers like I did. Then high risk comes with either high reward or high losses. Guys, smash thumbs up, like this video, make sure you hit subscribe so when I release new FPV videos you can see, as well as the Mavic Mini videos, the Mavic Air 2, the Evo 2 videos, the FIMI X8C, and whatever other new products come my way. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you become a Patreon, guys. Big benefits to Patreon. Get direct access to me. Any questions? I'm right here on Patreon. Support this channel, and there's benefits. Last Mini 2 went all the way to the UK.